haven't made a video in a while, but I decided to make one now, although I'm sick, so I probably sound a bit nasally and weird, but I just have to let a few things off my chest. Now, it's not even that serious because I'm going to talk about this show that's been killing me for a very, very, very long time. 5 seasons, 5 years, I suppose. Wow. I've been watching this show for far too long. If you don't watch it, feel free to not watch this video because you'll probably be bored. But the show I'm talking about is Pretty Little Liars. And yes, you're probably smiling right now because we've just seen the second last episode of season 5. And we have basically no answers. There's a lot of suspicious people, and I just want to do a quick rundown of all the things that are wrong in this show. Number 1, there is absolutely no continuity. Someone dies in season 1, no one is ever arrested or suspected or anything, or no one has to deal with consequences basically. Maya dies, Garrett dies, Wilden dies, did I say Maya? Mona dies and comes back to life. Basically, people disappear off the face of the planet and then they come back and there's absolutely no explanation. Lucas, Noel, Ren, Melissa, Ian's dead, but what? Who pushed him? I don't even remember. I can't even remember back to season 1 or 2 or 3. There's just been this weird loophole that we've just jumped into from the beginning of season 5. And I've had it up to here with the show, but I continue watching no matter what. Number 2. Apart from lack of continuity, lack of logic. I mean, girls, you've been caught up so many times. You've been locked in freezers, you've been locked in ovens, you've been locked in cabins, you've been locked in elevators. Now you're locked in prison, and I'm sorry, but you brought it on yourselves. Because some people are so stupid, Arya, that they decide to not tell the police things that are pretty important to tell. And now this bitch Tanner, Detective Tanner, has thrown you girls in prison and you can't do anything about it. And A is just framing everyone left and right. There's a bird that talks, there's a pig's tongue or whatever it was, some kind of tongue found. Arrow pops up for an episode and decides to tell everyone that they failed the city by shooting arrows at them, which is probably Andrew, but he's weird and I don't like how they're trying to shove this thing down our throat, telling us that Andrew is A, but I don't think he's A because he hasn't been there from the beginning. And I don't know if I'm supposed to believe Ali or not. She's just been convicted of murder. Spoiler alert! I'm so confused. What? The only person that has logic on this whole show is Caleb. There's so much I could go on and on about this, but I can't deal with it anymore. 5 seasons in and we still don't know who Big A is. We're supposed to find out next week. So I have a couple of theories. Put down in the comments below 3 people that you think might be A and why. Oh, I'm just done. There is no logic to the show anymore that you could just point to anyone, be like, that's A, and back it up somehow. There's just evidence for every single person on the show being A. Spencer was A at one point. Pretty sure. Her dad was A. He had a gun in his desk or something in his home office, and then nothing happened with that. Kate, which is Hannah's stepsister, was A at one point. Caleb was A at one point. Toby was A. Ezra was A. I'm A. You're A. We're all A. In the last episode, they're going to turn the camera around and it's just going to be the crew and they're going to be like, we're A. I'm serious. I just don't know where the show's going anymore and it's giving me stress that I don't need in my life. Now, let me tell you who my top suspects are. Number 1, Ren. I've had this Ren theory in my mind for a very, very long time. I've always suspected him. It started off from, I think it was season 1 or 2. Not sure. I've just lost track, like I mentioned. where there's a mirror and someone writes "nosy bitches die." And nosy is spelt in the British way, so it's N-O-S-E-Y. Which, I mean, who's British? Ren. And we somehow always go back to Ren. Ren was with Melissa, and then he kind of hit on her sister Spencer. And then he's always acted really shady. There was a whole thing with him drinking vodka and passing a cup to Spencer, and I just kind of thought a while ago that was a bit suspicious, just because at the end of an episode, A was drinking vodka, and on the PLL train in that Halloween episode once, where there was a body on the ice, I don't remember whose, to be honest, and it fell over, and it was the ice box where they were keeping all the drinks. So I just think it had something to do with Ren. There's so many other theories I've written about Ren. I'll probably link you down below to some of those theories I put on Tumblr. So Ren, for one, I thought Maya could be alive, because in today's episode, well, episode 24 of season 5, there is a note that Ali gives Hannah, and then their lawyer finds it, and she looks at it, and if you screenshot that, in the bottom corner it says something about Bethany, Maya, etc. So maybe Maya could be alive. Maybe. Probably my third suspect would be Ezra and Arya together. Maybe something to do with Arya, for sure, because she's just always, I felt, she's had the upper hand with things. She seems to know a bit more than the girls do. Mona has referred to her as Big A. Coincidence? I think not. There's just a lot of examples of why Arya could be A. I'm not going to go into them because we'd be here forever, for a very, very long time, but at one point I definitely thought Ezra and Arya were working together. That would be a good plot, I think. I don't think it's Andrew, because Andrew's new to the show, but I definitely think Ren, perhaps Maya, perhaps Mona's not even dead, and even Arya could be A. What I'd like to see is a major plot twist where it would be someone's mum, because I think it would be pretty smart to have one of the liars' parents as A. You know, Hannah's mum, or the pastor, Ted, or I don't know, Emily's parents are like the most innocent parents on the whole show. Oh, back to what's wrong with the show? The parents don't know how to take care of their kids. Like, where are Arya's parents half the time? They're actually, you know, MIA. They just don't exist. And then, you know, Ella Montgomery comes back every few episodes and decides to have a mother-daughter chat with Arya. At this point, OTPs, Toby needs to stop. That is a no TP. Toby and Spencer need to quit. I'm sorry, Spoby shippers. I'm really sorry to say that, but no. Number one OTP, Hannah and Caleb. Caleb is actually the best boyfriend, and Spencer was right when she said that they should bottle him up. So that is Hannah and Caleb for sure. For a while, I shipped Arya and Jason, which is a bit weird. I shipped Arya and Ezra for a very long time. Then I kind of got sick of their whole dynamic, and I started shipping Arya with Andrew, which now I'm thinking is not a good idea. So Arya and Ezra for the win. Spencer, I shipped her with Ren for a very long time. I always ship the strangest things that don't actually, you know, stay very long. So relationships that are doomed to fail, that's basically what I ship. Except, I did like Emily and Paige for a bit, although Paige was a bit creepy, and she basically tried to drown Emily, and Emily decides to get with every single female in Rosewood, so I don't understand what's going on there. Like, every time she talks to someone, they end up together. So, yeah, that's basically it. That's the 4 liars. I've been watching this show for 5 seasons. It's become quite embarrassing because people that aren't part of the fandom will be like, oh, you guys still haven't found out who A is. There was a time they convinced us it was Ezra, and this time I'm worried they're going to say it's Andrew, but it's not actually Andrew. It's just going to be like another, oh, this person's acting suspicious, let's, frame them. And then the following season, they'll start off by saying, actually, jokes. Lol, jokes, it wasn't this person. So I'm going to stop talking now because this is making me angry and my blood pressure is rising. So please put a comment below telling me who you think your top 3 suspects of who A could be and why. If you agree with my theories, what your OTPs are. If you don't watch PLL, I don't know why you're still watching this video because you have no idea what I'm saying. Please like, comment, subscribe. There are more videos coming up soon, hopefully. And yes, thank you for watching. Bye!